Most men believe attraction is about flowers, kindness, or endless effort. And yet, the men who give the most often get the least. The men who chase, explain, and beg are the ones left behind. But throughout history, the men who drew the strongest obsession didn't follow the rules. They bent them. They understood what Niccolo Machiavelli revealed centuries ago. People are moved less by goodness and more by power, perception, and fear of loss. This isn't about manipulation for its own sake. It's about understanding the unspoken laws that govern desire, laws most men ignore. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. These are the 8 dark Machiavellian truths about attraction. The truths women can't resist, but will never admit. Truth 1. Fear over love. Most men try to win women with gifts, charm, or flattery. That's exactly why they're forgotten. Machiavelli saw deeper. He knew the goal wasn't to be liked. It was to be unforgettable. Not by pleasing her, but by controlling what she feels in your absence. There's a quote by Machiavelli that makes most men uncomfortable. It is safer to be feared than loved. At first it sounds cruel, but look at behavior, not words. Love, when always available, becomes background noise. Comfortable? Yes, but forgettable. Fear, in its true form, is not yelling, not violence, not control. That's weakness disguised as strength, and women see through it. Real fear is when your boundaries are so unshakable that she feels them without you saying a word. You don't chase. You don't beg. You don't argue. You withdraw, and the silence does what words never could. That absence forces her to realize disrespect means losing you. And that's when attraction transforms into obsession. Not because you gave her more, but because you were willing to give nothing when your standards were crossed. That's the power of fear, not fear of you. Fear of losing a man she can't bend. Truth 2. The illusion of image. Machiavelli once wrote, "It is not necessary to be good. It is necessary to appear good." Brutal, simple, and true. The world doesn't see your values. It sees your presentation. You can be loyal, smart, even noble. But if you show up with weak posture, shaky tone, and desperate energy, no one will feel your worth, especially not women. Attraction begins with perception, not facts. She doesn't ask, "What is he?" She asks, "How do I feel around him?" And feelings respond to energy, not logic. This isn't about lying, it's about framing. People don't respond to truth, they respond to what feels true. If you don't shape your image, she'll create it for you, filtered by her biases and past. So, when you feel insecure, hold yourself like a man of certainty. When you want to chase, do nothing. Let her lean in, because stillness is power, and mystery is magnetic. Stop oversharing. Stop explaining yourself. Show only 80% of who you are. Let her imagination write the rest. What she invents will always feel bigger than what you reveal. That's how obsession begins, not through flattery, but through presence. Truth 3. The lion and the fox. Every woman will test you, not to destroy you, but to see if you break. She'll shift tone, pull away, go cold, then warm. Most men panic. They explain, they apologize, they overcompensate, and instantly they lose respect. But Machiavelli gave the blueprint. A man must be both a lion and a fox. The lion represents strength, silent, immovable, commanding respect without a single threat. The fox represents intelligence, patient, strategic, never revealing his hand. If you are only the lion, you'll explode when provoked, and she'll see instability. If you are only the fox, you'll charm her mind, but fail to grip her trust. But if you master both, She won't know how to predict you. That uncertainty keeps her invested. Because when she can't control you, she can't forget you. When she's emotional, be the fox. Calm, watchful, unfazed. When she crosses your line, be the lion. Still, firm, immovable. Not loud, not cruel, just undeniable. That balance is what makes you unforgettable. Truth 4. The power of distance. Most men think closeness creates attraction. Constant texts, constant calls, constant availability. But obsession isn't born from presence. It's born from absence. Machiavelli understood this in politics. People value most what they fear to lose. The same law applies to desire. When you pull back, when you create space, she begins to imagine. Imagination fuels desire more than reality ever could. But distance only works when paired with strength. If you withdraw out of insecurity, she feels it. If you withdraw with quiet certainty, she feels that too. And that's when her mind starts working against her. Why hasn't he texted? Is he with someone else? Why does he seem untouched by my silence? Distance is dangerous. But used correctly, it's magnetic. Truth 5. Controlled chaos. Attraction dies in predictability. Routine kills mystery. And yet, most men become predictable after the first few weeks. She knows your schedule, your replies, your reactions. Nothing surprises her, and nothing excites her. Machiavelli wrote that a ruler must know how to enter into evil when forced by necessity. Not constant evil, but the ability to break routine, to do what is unexpected. In relationships, this doesn't mean cruelty. It means controlled chaos. A night where you disappear into your own world without explanation. A sudden shift in energy that makes her wonder what changed. Chaos without control is weakness. But chaos in your control is electricity. She'll never admit it. But a woman is drawn to the man she can't fully predict. Because unpredictability feels like danger. And danger feels like life. Truth 7. The currency of scarcity. Machiavelli warned rulers never to be too generous, because generosity breeds expectation, and expectation kills respect. The same law rules attraction. Most men think giving more equals being valued more. But the opposite is true. The more you give, the less it's worth. Attention, validation, gifts. When endless, they lose their weight. Scarcity is power. When your attention is rare, it feels like treasure. When your approval is earned, it feels like victory. Women don't crave what's abundant. They crave what's controlled. And the man who masters scarcity becomes unforgettable, because every moment with him feels like it could vanish. Truth 8. Power over desire. At the heart of every test, every game, every moment of attraction lies one question. Who controls the frame? Machiavelli wrote that men are ruined when they depend on others for power. In desire, the same truth applies. The man who chases, who begs, who reacts, surrenders control. The man who stands calm, centered, unshaken, becomes the frame she moves within. This doesn't mean suppressing desire. It means mastering it. Feeling attraction, but never letting it rule you. Because the moment she sees that you can want her deeply and still walk away if respect is broken, that's the moment she realizes she can't rule you. And the man who can't be ruled is the man who can't be forgotten. The dark outro. These are not tips. They're not tricks. They're laws. Laws of power, of psychology, of attraction that most men will never understand, and most women will never admit. The world tells you to be safe, to be soft, to be endlessly available. And that's why most men are invisible. But the Machiavellian man knows different. Obsession is born not from kindness, but from strength. Not from constant presence, but from controlled absence. Not from giving everything, but from giving almost nothing, and making that nothing priceless. In the end, you don't win by chasing love. You win by becoming the kind of man whose presence is rare, whose silence is heavy, and whose standards are unshakable. Because love may fade, admiration may shift, but the man who understands these truths will never be ignored. He will be remembered.